Peace, love, light, and kingdom of black supremacy. So I had a couple of different things I want to talk about today. All right, so first thing I want to talk about is why it is extra complex and detaching away from the matrix and the people that are in it that we grew to love, whether that be parents, whether that be other family members, auntie, uncle, cousin, brother, sister. I just kind of wanted to talk about that, why it's extra emotional or difficult. Not only to detach in a physical sense, to not feel anger or feel frustration, because even though you may have detached on a physical note, you still are attached mentally to those who are in the matrix. Okay, so I just wanted to share, for what hardships it's been for me, and so okay, so it's like you think about what y'all's relationship was and how it could have been better, but then something stupid happened where it's ruined. It's ruined. And then because for some of us, when we are dealing with people in the matrix, we feel like we give them an opportunity to accept a new reality, accept a new world. And then we invite them to our world, and then one or two things may occur. One thing that typically occurs, especially if you dealing with somebody who has the utmost compassion, like they live in compassion and respect. And this is usually someone who's close. This is usually someone who is around the same, probably anywhere between ages young to like mid 40s, but 50s, maybe even 50s too, under the age 60, I should say. Youngest to under the age 60. When you're dealing with people, sometimes they will pretend that they accept your reality, but their subconscious kicks in and they try to pull you into their reality. So that's the complexity of dealing with people who are in the matrix, because it's like a clever snake in the garden. So that's why with Kingdom of Black Supremacy, you kind of want to cut it off till it gets to that point, because you're psychologically fucking yourself, and it can get messy and it can get difficult for it to then get out of it. So the deeper you are in, as far as communication, with certain people in the matrix, like I said, whether that be family or friends or whatever, you're getting yourself more tied in, because you sincerely don't know the level of their program. Because if they are programmed and they have not done the work to deprogram, they might psychologically, some kind of way, get you back in there, whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually. It's not always physical, because it's important that we get out of the matrix as far as the mental too. The mental is extremely important as well. My other piece, when it comes to family, when it comes to daughter, mother, some of y'all already know I've been kind of going through that thing with the daughter mother piece. I was in a situation where my mother made it seem like she was supportive of my decisions, but she would low key or high key, whatever. She would say little things that went against what I was trying to build and the reality I was trying to create. And I would just let that shit go. But eventually, I feel like it got too intense on her end and also on my end. And it got to the point where my reality was actually offensive to her reality, and she just completely lashed out on me or whatever. So, and this can occur, and this type of thing can occur. And it probably can occur if it isn't a mother or a daughter relationship. But, I know I've been around women, so it don't necessarily, hold on. It don't necessarily mean that it has to be a mother-daughter relationship. It could be any relationship that involves two women, because we're emotional creatures, So if if both those women have the tendency to be violent, or one of those women have a tendency to be violent, or if one of those women have gone through severe depression, and they have the tendency to lash out on people, and because they're not handling their own shit internally. Now let me tell you about myself. See, I've battled depression, but I haven't gone through depression for over like 10 years. So I've been able to kind of get that shit in order, and I feel like I'm going on a rant right now. But I feel like it's crazy because y'all know my videos is not really this long, so I must be needing to talk to myself and those who decide to view this video, this content today. I must got a serious message to bring to y'all today. But yeah, what I was saying was that if the two women, and that's if you're a woman and you're dealing with another woman outside of yourself, and either you have a violent tendency, or she got the violent tendency, or both of y'all got the violent tendency, it's gonna eventually have y'all face reality of the situation. So if you are out of the matrix and the other woman is in the matrix, that's definitely gonna be recipe for disaster. I'm trying not to get too sidetracked. I'm already gone. But I really felt the need to talk. I had to talk to myself and whoever's viewing me about this, because it's been something that's been heavy on my heart. Because it's like, I feel like situations like this, it makes it hard for to detach and for to let go, because it's like you're looking at the other person like, see, if you wouldn't have did this, then we could still be talking, we could still be cool. But the main piece to why y'all can never be cool is because y'all have separate lives, y'all have separate realities. On through the eyes of the person who is out of the matrix, and who has decided to denounce white supremacy. They've decided to live their life differently. They've decided to take the steps to detach and rebuild and have a sincere love for the people. Because when you're operating inside the matrix, and when you're operating in white supremacy, you are cutting off those opportunities to have a sincere love for your people, because white supremacy actually preaches against that. And they have all type of subliminals and all this other stuff that is supposed to keep you under their mind control, keep you in praise and worship of them, keep you disfocused off of your own people. So for those who are not putting in the work to get out of this matrix, they're dealing with a different frequency. They cannot have a sincere and love and compassion for you unless they get on King Noble Black supremacy. There's no way in hell that they can operate off of sincerity and compassion, because their matrix programming is gonna kick in and knock that shit right out. Okay, so I'm trying to make my point, because I feel like by me getting this off my chest, it'll help me to better detach and move on, because I feel like I guess on my end, I feel like it was all an illusion. I had high hopes for the connection I had with my mother. I always wanted a connection with my mother, You know, my father raised me. I already told y'all in my, older videos that my mom wasn't there until, I pretty much got grown and she still wasn't really there. But she was dealing with several different matrices. So not only was she dealing with the brainwashing of white supremacy and also the matrix, she's also dealing with her not being able to be in my life as a mother, which I won't go into because I think some of y'all already know anyway. So if you don't, I'm not going to repeat it in this video, but I do feel like I've gone into that in older videos. You might have to, if you really, really want to know, you might have to binge watch my videos, pretty much like I'm doing the King Noble Black Supremacy content. So y'all don't have no excuse to not binge watch me, But yeah. So I feel like I always had high hopes as far as the relationship I had with my mom, but the subliminals were always there, and it was always there in my face. In the Matrix, they try to get you to accept less than your worth. But once you accept less than what you are worth, you are then subjecting yourself to lack of creativity because your heart is heavy, your mind is heavy. Depression comes into play, and you cannot focus on what you need to focus on. So it's really fucked up because it's like those who think they're a happy person in the Matrix, they're fucked up because they have not deprogrammed and whatnot. They're trained to feel what happiness really is, and it's not sincere happiness. Sincere happiness is having a compassion and love for your people, period, point blank. I don't care what nobody said, and nobody can convince me otherwise of that. It's the truth. But the information was always there in my face. The Matrix helped me to denounce what was already there, and what intuitively was shown to me that it wasn't gonna work out. They tried to put us in jail with these what do you call it? Like these labels. Like, since that's my mother, I'm bound forever to stay in contact with her. But if you operate outside of the Matrix, once you get on King Noble Black Supremacy, what King Noble Black Supremacy teaches, that you can still love from afar, but your main focus is those who are sincerely trying to get out and sincerely focused on unity and by any means necessary. And most people don't know what is necessary. We believe in Black love extremism, which is part of being a Black love extremist is living a life that is perceived as extreme. But in order to get outside of the Matrix and get back into our organic Black mind, so once people see what really that embodies in the work that they have to undergo to get to that level of frequency, that level of thought, they freak out. Like I shared with you in one of my last videos, our oppressor beat slavery into us at first, beat the Bible into us at first. But now in today's world, we openly accept the Bible. We openly accept their reality, and we have to have that sincere dedication and devotion to ourselves. That's why King Noble Black Supremacy also teaches selfless devotion. So we are not operating off of our feelings or off of the program, what we perceive to see as true or what we perceive to see as real, and etc. So yeah, that's what I want to say about that. But the other thing I want to say in this video, stop Meta, is that the Black supremacist has to learn how to get in touch with their quiet. So once you have made the decision to denounce white supremacy and you have started your deprogramming process, and you get the deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper you get into King Noble Black Supremacy, you will naturally get into your sense of quiet. Why do you get into your sense of quiet? You get into your sense of quiet because you realize how loud the world is around you, and how there's so many distractions in the world around you. And how can you tap into the God frequency, the God consciousness, if all this shit around you is loud and you're constantly tuning in? You can't be of help and of service to your people if you are tuned into the loud. So the King Noble Black Supremacist has to tap into the quiet in order to sincerely have in order to sincerely be of service to their people. Man, I had some other stuff I want to talk about. I'm gonna pause it and see if I can figure it out, because it was actually, I thought, a good topic, but I know that if I'm not able to figure it out, it will come up again, because I had the other topic that I wanted to do in mind today. But as far as the King Noble Black Supremacists getting in touch with their quiet, I've been wanting to do a video on that for quite some time now. So yeah, but let me pause this and see if I can kind of meditate on it, and if it and see if it'll pop up for me. But if not, I'm just gonna roll with it. Probably end this video really soon. I talked about everything I want to talk about. I definitely wanted to get into why it's hard to detach from people who are in the matrix. And I still feel like I was talking in circles. So I'm going to say what I had to say right now about that. Like, just to sum it up, just to conclude it. So we are deceived into thinking something that is an illusion, which is also a program of white supremacy. So all those years that I thought that there was rekindling, for me and my mom, it was based off of false reality. It was based off of illusion. Asking an actual sincere question of, can me and my mother rekindle? She would have to be on King Noble Black Supremacy, because I refuse to have a fake relationship with her. I do not want to pretend or smile in her face and act like, I'm for whatever she's doing, and I don't want that vice versa on her end. So I refuse to have fake relationships among any people. I do love from a distance. If she need help with anything, I'm here. But I don't, why? No. Once we become adults, we have to have a certain level of respect for one another. And I feel like there's always there's always been a disrespect that you would see it and then you'll act like it didn't happen. You ever done that? And I feel like that's what was going on with my mom. Like, there was always there. There's been times where she's made me very, very upset. And when you sincerely step into King Noble Black Supremacy, you don't have the energy for it to deal with shit like that. You actually have a sincere mission for people who sincerely are trying to get out of the shackles, mentally, physically, spiritually, trying to get tapped into the Ogun, tapped into the Orishas. And you just don't have time for that shit. So it's like, the people who are supposedly important in your life, if they really are meant to be in your life, they are going to be embarked on the path of King Noble Black Supremacy. And it's funny because some people who are viewing me on the screen, they probably think I sound crazy, but I don't care how crazy I sound. The only thing I care about is getting everybody on King Noble Black Supremacy. If we can save our elders, our parents, come on, we here. We love you. Come home. I'm open to that too. But it's hard. It's hard to get our elders out. They are the hardest to get out. Our youth are the easiest to get out. We can train our youth to be leaders. In fact, I talked about this in my other video too, where with our children's minds being so opened and not as programmed as the minds of older people. They have a better opportunity to lead and guide and be master teachers of their parents or their grandparents. That opportunity has opened up. So yeah. So just like I was saying, it's hard for to detach to those that we have loved in the Matrix, because we're under a false illusion that you know that we can accept their reality and they can accept our reality, but it's all fake. And like I said, I do not want to be in that frequency of fake, you know, because then that's going to fuck up with what I'm trying to do with King Noble Black Supremacy, which is way bigger than that, and has a more significant meaning than that. You know, we don't want to accept that, but yeah, that's what it is. So okay, hope this video was clear. I'm gonna have to watch it. Stop, Meta. Goodness gracious, you're on the baby. So yeah, I'm gonna have to man, I'm gonna have to rewatch this video, make sure I covered everything I covered, because I always watch all my videos before I produce them. I'm gonna put you in the room. Stop that noise. I'm gonna have to rewatch this video, make sure I covered everything I needed to cover. Hope you are able to tune in, watch, enjoy, and also receive the message. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Peace, love, light, and King Noble Black Supremacy.